What up, what up, what up? Yeah.
What up, bro?
Playoffs time. Hey, it's the playoffs.
Playoff time, bro.
Away,
Playoff.
we give games away. We give them
Playoff
away,
time, baby.
period.
Hang
And
on.
it's embarrassing.
All right. Listen to that play. All right. Welcome to the show, episode 37. Yeah. Gonna let that play a little bit. What's going on, man? It's a new season. Here we go.
I'm
It's a new
excited, man.
season. Even though if your team might not be in there, it's still exciting to watch the playoffs, isn't it, right, Canteen? Still gotta watch the playoffs. Yeah, I know it hurts a little bit. It hurts a little bit, don't it? But it's the playoffs, baby.
Good.
And you know who's in the playoffs? That's right. The Cowboys. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. We'll talk about it. Yeah, welcome to the show, episode 37. Appreciate all the Facebook members. Go ahead and go over there and like us on YouTube. Appreciate everybody. Talk a little playoff, talk a little football. Welcome to episode 37. Let this thing play through. That's it, baby. Welcome to the show, man. Gonna talk a little bit of college, a little bit of NBA, a little bit of NFL. Thank you so much. Should be on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Wicker TV, all that good stuff. I think even yeah. So yeah, welcome to the show. We appreciate you. Trying to do our little show here. Let's go Canteen and Canteen are here. We appreciate everybody joining the show. Thank you so much. Let's start a little bit. So how's your week been, Canteen?
Great week, man. 4-day weekend.
Great week. All
4-day
right.
weekend. I am ready for some football tonight. And you may be wondering why I got on this Pittsburgh jersey, but I'm going with the underdog, man.
What? Underdog. Going with the underdog. That's the biggest underdog of the weekend right there. That's the biggest underdog of the weekend. You know that, right?
Yeah, if they lose, it's Big Ben's last run, bro. So hopefully
it's his last run. Hey, shout out Big Ben. He had a great career. I don't think he's going to win today, but I mean, he had a great run. No matter where it ends for Big Ben, he had a pretty good run with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Shout out to Big Ben. He made a run. All right, bro. Yeah. So it's pretty cold over there, huh?
Man, bro, it's in the negatives out there, man. I really want to go to Buffalo this weekend, man, but I'm not
I thought you could make it out there. You didn't make it out there?
Bro, it's too cold.
It's too cold?
The tickets are cheap. I looked at tickets. I wanted to go, but bro, at 8 o'clock at night, the wind chill, cold. It's already like -5 up there in Buffalo now.
Oh, really?
The sun goes down, it's gonna get colder, man. I can't do it, man. I want to.
Right.
I can do it right here in my living room.
Right.
Have a few drinks and enjoy it like that, but it's too cold, man. I can't do it.
It's too cold? Maybe if it was the Falcons, right? Maybe if the Falcons were playing.
If the Falcons were playing, I still wouldn't go. Man, it's bro.
Oh, you still wouldn't go? Even the Falcons in the playoffs? Playoffs.
It's a different kind of cold, bro.
Playoffs. Falcons just trying to win a game.
We'll be there next year.
Next year, baby. You got to get a new quarterback, though. I mean,
Matt Ryan ain't going nowhere, bro.
Man, you got to get a new quarterback, bro. If not next year, the year, I mean, y'all got to, in the next 2 years, between next year and the year after, y'all have to get the quarterback, man.
Mm-hmm.
I got to get a quarterback. All right. Welcome to the show. We'll talk a little bit. Let's see. Let's just go ahead and just wrap it up. Because, the college football season is over officially. And congratulations to your Bulldogs winning a national championship game.
Mm-hmm.
Pulling it out in the fourth quarter. It was a close game. It was back and forth. It was tight. It was tight the whole game. Yeah, I know you was sweating a little bit. You was sweating a little bit. At the end, they pulled it out, and they made it look worse than it was with that last pick six. But what your final thoughts on the national championship?
Hey, man, at the end of the day, man, at first I did not want Stetson Bennett, man. I did not want this kid at all. I wanted to go with JT Daniels. But like I told everybody, man, Kirby Smart is a stubborn kind of coach, man. Once Kirby Smart makes up his mind to go with a player,
right?
If Georgia had been getting blown out, he would have not put JT Daniels in, man. So at the end of the day,
he still wouldn't have put him in.
He would have not put him in. I mean, you go back and look a few years ago, we had Jake Fromm, and we had Justin Fields. We were getting beat by Alabama a few years ago. He would not put Justin Fields in the game. So Smart goes with his gut, man. So overall, I mean, our defense is what saved us. Our defense performed beyond measure.
Yeah.
The fourth quarter was a phenomenal quarter to watch football, man. And I think Stetson Bennett pulled it through. Hey, hats off to Georgia, man. They had the parade and celebration in Athens today, man. So they did a phenomenal job, man. And Kirby Smart is the only coach who's won and played at the same alma mater. Check it out. That's facts. He played for Georgia and he won at his own.
He played for Georgia?
Played for Georgia, cornerback, early 90s, man. So great season by the Bulldogs, man. I think I think we can go back again next year, but we're gonna have to start from scratch, man. Because we're gonna lose a lot of players. A lot of coaches are leaving too, man. A lot of job openings, a lot of opportunities are out there. A lot of coaches and stuff are leaving too. So, man, I think we got a chance to people. We gotta start from scratch and really kind of rebuild everything.
Right. Okay. So you don't see you getting there next year?
I mean, I see us getting there, but man, we gotta I mean, I don't know how things are gonna look because I know Stetson. I think Stetson
So,
Bennett's
so
a
you think,
senior.
yeah. So you think JT's going to be there next year? I mean, he's going to stick around. He'll be
Yeah,
a
because I mean,
senior.
he'll be a senior. He'll be a senior. Yeah, he's gonna stick around, man, because the guy transferred from USC. So, I mean, I was just riding
Right.
on out if I was him.
Right.
You know.
Okay. Yeah, it was overall it was a good game. It was close throughout. It was close throughout, except for the very end. It was a tight game. Georgia, I think the turnaround for Georgia is when they started letting Stetson Bennett throw the ball, because they were just. I mean, they run. You got to have the run game, right? I understand that, and you want to establish that. But I think at the end when they start letting him air it out a little bit, they got a PI, they got a touch. You got to keep them. You know, that back end was not healthy. First of all, and they were young, so you could exploit them a little bit, at least try, because you were struggling on offense. And in the second half, really the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter is when they really started to open up, you know, a little bit. I mean, they weren't like throwing it everywhere, but they at least started throwing it a little bit. And I think that was a turning point for the Georgia offense. And I think a lot, and I think you got a little fortunate that, you know, I think Williams went out with a knee in the first half. I think he has ACL, but he's gonna recover. But that was big because he takes off the top off the defense. And then you already had Minchie out. I think another receiver out. They had like their top 3 receivers were out. So that was really fortunate for you guys. I mean, to be honest, that was pretty fortunate. Because then, if nothing else, it keeps their offense in check. Even though their backups are almost as good as their starters, but they're young. They don't have as much continuity with the quarterback. And I think if Bryce Young has his starting receivers, we might have a different story today. We might have a different story. But we'll never know. It is what it is. You play with what you got. You know, that's all you can do. And you guys pulled it out. First championship in 41 years for the Georgia Bulldogs.
41.
Yeah. First championship for them.
41
Shout out to them. Appreciate it. So,
yes,
hey, that's it. Let us know what you think about the college football championship. Put in the comments or let us know and give us your thoughts. We're just here, just closing out the season. So let's talk a little NBA, Canteen. NBA is starting to get into the meat of it a little bit. And so, but before we get into it, apparently Steph Curry put out I don't know if it was a tweet or I don't know, it was a message somehow. But he was saying the 2017 Warrior team that was KD's first year there, I believe, would have beaten Jordan's 1996 Bulls team. They went on to win 2 more three-peat, got another three-peat, but it started out with that 96 team. Is he right? Thoughts? You think his team could have beaten Jordan's team?
All right, I'm gonna give you a few names, and we're gonna clarify this whole thing.
Okay.
Bill Winnington,
right?
Luke Longley, Tony Kukoc, Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen, Ron Harper, Jordan, and Curry.
Right.
There is no way on God's green earth that the Golden State Warriors would have been able to compete with those guys. It was a different kind of basketball during that time, anyway.
Right. Now we talking about today's rules or back then? It don't matter.
I'm talking about those Bulls would probably have crushed Steph Curry and his guys.
Yeah. Because you know what? I think the main thing you got to look at is they were the number 1 scoring team, so they could have scored with them, right? Granted that the Warriors will be scoring, different ways than the Bulls, but the other thing, I think they were either number 1 or 2 on defense. So they would. So yeah. So I mean, they were number 1 on defense and offense. I mean, so they would have been able to keep them in check from the 3-point line, or at least hold them down a little bit. So I tend to believe the Bulls, even no matter what era, because you're talking about that era, this era, you would have had to adjust whatever era you were in, right? I mean, and you were able to do a little more hand checking, be a little more physical in Jordan's era, right? Mm-hmm. But even by today's rules, that kind of defense, a defense that has that kind of length and being able to, just to play one-on-one and being able to play team defense. I think that the Bulls team, it would have been hard for the Warriors to meet up. Offensively, yeah, they could probably keep up with the Bulls, but on the defensive side, you got Klay Thompson is pretty good. Draymond Green's pretty good on defense, but I mean, Steph's a liability on defense. You really don't have a great defender other than Draymond, and maybe you could put Klay in there. But you don't. I mean, you don't have. They weren't a great defensive team. KD's gotten better, but that's when he was with the first year with the Warriors, he wasn't a great defender. He was okay. So I don't know. I just feel like it would have been tough. I think it would have been a great series. I don't think the Bulls would have blown them away. I think it may have been maybe Jordan's first 7-game series, but I just don't feel like defensively they could match up with them. Where on offense, both teams can match up with each other.
They would match pretty equal. Yeah, equal
right
across the board.
On offense. I just feel the defense. The Bulls had the advantage on defense. Whenever you need to,
absolutely.
Yeah, whenever you need to shut them down and get a stop, I think the Bulls were better, equipped to get that stop other than the Warriors were.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Let us know what you think on that. Did you think Steph Curry's right? The 2017 Warriors team could have beaten Jordan's 96 team. It's all just speculation at this point. We're just having fun with it. But that's our opinion. Let us know what your opinion is on that. One more NBA question real quick. So since we're about halfway through the season for the NBA, it's hard to believe, but we're almost to the All-Star break pretty soon, coming up soon. So who is your early MVP for the NBA right now?
Man,
who's your early MVP for NBA?
So it's between
right
two
now.
people, man. Between two guys. I think they're both playing phenomenal basketball at this point. I mean, one team is second in their conference, and the other team they're in third place. So man, I'm gonna go with my first choice would be Steph Curry. Steph Curry's looking really good, man. Playing great basketball, assists, points, and everything else.
What's he averaging on points?
I gotta pull it up, man.
What's his points average?
Pull up Steph. And my second guy would be Durant, Kevin Durant at this point.
Kevin Durant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're saying Steph's your number one guy right now?
Right now, Steph's my number one guy. I mean, so far, Steph he's averaging about 26.3 points a game. Shooting like 42% from the field goal, about 5 rebounds, 6 assists. So, I mean, he's looking pretty good, man, across the board,
right.
man. I'll pull up Durant's numbers as well.
Right. So he looks like he's 26 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds, 5.4 rebounds. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, if we look at Durant and his stats, man. Durant's averaging about 37 minutes a game, almost 30 points a game, 50% from the field goals, 8 rebounds a game, 6 assists. So I mean, if you look at the numbers, man, Durant is doing numbers at this point. Those are my top 2 guys at this point in the season, man. I mean, they still got about maybe 10 or so more games before the All-Star break. I think maybe 10 games. I get my assumption. But
those are your front runners right now.
Right now, my front runners, man.
Okay. All right. I think I agree with Durant. Kevin Durant. I think he's having a great season. He said he's averaging right at 6 assists and 7 rebounds a game. Man, I gotta get. I don't think he's in the top 2, but I gotta give John Morant a little love too. For the Grizzlies, they're number 3 right now.
Yeah. I forgot.
24 points. Yeah, 6, almost 7 assists per game, 5.8. And I think even beyond the stats, it just seems like he comes up big in big moments. That he comes up big, and so that's another thing that kind of goes a little bit beyond the stats. He's only averaging 4, but he's only averaging 6 assists and 6.8, so almost 7 assists, and then 5.8 or almost 6 rebounds per game. He just seems to come up big in those moments, and I think that's big for me for MVP. But he's a little outside just because I guess his points aren't quite as good as Durant and maybe Steph as well. But I think, man, I hate to say this, but my second one, if you look at the stats, LeBron James is, he's averaging 29 points, 6 assists, 7 rebounds. I gotta say he's maybe at least second or maybe a close third.
So
behind the
Morant would be your
two.
one guy.
I would have to go Kevin Durant, my one
Durant.
right now. Yeah, and I would say that Steph's maybe a second, and then LeBron a close third, and then I'd probably put Ja as a fourth, right behind LeBron. Just because of the points, and just because I think I think the points was hurting him a little bit. If he had like maybe a higher assist, maybe if he had like maybe up to 9-10 assists, even if he had 24 points a game, I think that would be helping him. But I think that the thing with John Moran is that he just seems to come up big in those moments. He seems to have key moments in games, where he comes up big, where he's able to kind of will himself, to get the points when he needs them.
Right.
And I just think if he can get his teammates involved a little more, get a few more assists. I mean, he's almost got 7 assists, so he's not doing terrible. But I think if he can get up to maybe 8 or 9, assists per game, I think that would really help him, and maybe a couple more points per game. I think that would help the team and not only his stats, but the team as well. So I think John Morant has a chance. He has an outside chance right now because we're only halfway through the season. But I got to put James in there just because of his stats, 29 points a game. Even though the Lakers themselves are struggling, I don't think he would. I think I put him third just because I think because of where the standings are. What are they, like 7th place? It'd be hard to put him. Usually your MVP comes from, your top 2 or 3 teams, on each conference. That's usually your MVP. So just because his team's struggling, it could be hard to put him. I mean, if he keeps playing like this and his team moves up a little bit, you have to put him in the conversation definitely. But I'll probably put Durant, and then probably like you, Steph, and then LeBron, and then John Morant. A close fourth, just because of the way he's been playing as far as those big moments. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, bro.
All right. Let us know what you think. Who's your MVP right now? Who is the MVP right now? Let us know what you think in the comments. Who's that MVP for you right now in the NBA? All right.
Sir.
Here we go. It's about that time there, Canteen.
Playoff time, baby. Playoff time.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm talking about? It's about that time. Let me see. Let me cue it up here.
Hang on. Playoff music.
I need something. Here, let's try this one. Let's try this one. Let's see here. I didn't have it queued up like I wanted to. But let's do it right here. All right. Playoff music, right? Here we go. Let's try this one. Yeah, time for the playoffs.
Playoff time, bro.
Yeah. I like this one too. This one's a good one. All right. Here we go. I remember hearing this music on when they do those NFL games and the Cowboys versus the Redskins. The guy starts talking.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's go. Run to the playoffs, baby. Let's try this one. This one's a good one too. Everybody knows this one. Yeah. Playoff time, baby. Let's go. We're going to call the playoffs. Let us know what you think in the comments. We're going to run to the playoffs, baby. Let's go. All right, Canteen. We're going to take them down as they occur on the schedule. Let's do it. All right. Let's go. I'm going to turn that one off because I think we'll get copyrighted for that one. Let me play one that's good and it's not a copyright music. Hang on real quick.
All right.
I won't get copyrighted for this one. Give me a second. Okay, hold on. This one. I was trying to find out.
Friends go, it was simple.
Hey, let's just do this one. You like this one. Let's go.
My
It's time
favorite
for the
right there, bro.
playoffs. Go hard or go home, baby.
Somebody going home tonight. 2 teams going home tonight. For sure.
Uh-oh. Two teams going home tonight.
Two teams going home tonight.
All right, Canteen, here we go. Hey, if y'all want to call in, I'll put it up there. Y'all can call in. We'll you give it a shot.
Go home.
Touchdown. 726-999-0241.
Somebody go at home.
Go hard or go home, baby. That's that time.
You gotta go home. Go home.
Yeah, these championship rings on my hands now.
Let's go.
In my head, I'm top.
All right, so the first game tonight, the Raiders versus the Bengals. The Bengals are 6-point favorites at home. What do you got, Canteen?
Filling up, I need product again. Treat the business like a playground. Might slide on
man, I'm gonna be honest, man. I think for me,
do a backflip because I'm mad rich. I'm the definition of what that is.
Okay.
The Raiders have been very, very resilient football team, man. I mean, they had to have adversity with Henry Ruggs and all that stuff, but if you look at the numbers, man, Cards went 428 out of 626.
When the circles on my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, go hard, go home.
Joe Burrow has like 11 more touchdowns than him.
I'm a warrior,
But
go
Joe
back
Burrow
to
has
back, they go
over,
back to back.
I mean,
Top to top, then a double back, and I'm topping that. Yeah, I
Right.
beat my own records. Yeah, I gotta get money
man,
better.
Jacobs
Same
looked good
team,
as
I'm
running back for
centric.
the Raiders,
Never
man.
dull this electric.
217 carries,
When them put the
almost
bricks on my
900 yards,
toes. Me and bro, that's the give and go.
Right.
100
over 1,000 yards
keep coming,
receiving,
I know. I won't find my wrist, no, I'm not dumb like that. I just wanna give my mama 100 racks.
They both look great. Man.
Go
All
hard.
those guys look great, man.
Go home, go home.
Go hard. Upset, man. I like the defense.
Go hard.
Oh, going with the upset. Go with the upset.
I'm going to go with my gut tonight, bro. Raiders by 3 for the upset in Cincinnati tonight.
Raiders by 3 for the upset. Oh, man. You want me to put it down? Okay. The Raiders by 3. Oh. All right, let me see. Raiders by 3. Did you give a score or just Raiders by 3?
I'm going to go Raiders by 3. Raiders 27 and Cincinnati 24, man. Now, all teams have a playoff round.
Yeah, right.
It was like the 90s for the Bengals, the 90s.
Right. Right.
I'm going with the Raiders, man. I think the Raiders will make it to the divisional round, man.
So is this a gut thing for you?
I'm going with the Raiders. I got you, man. The way the Raiders played last week, they got
championship rings on my hands now.
Right.
Raiders 27, Bengals 24.
Right. Okay. I can see that. I mean, I'm going back and forth on this one. At one point I had the Raiders, and then I had the Bengals, and I had the Raiders. It's pretty close. I think I'm gonna go with quarterback play, and Joe Burrow's just had a better year. I mean, they both turn the ball over, so if they make mistakes, I think they're both going to throw an interception at some point. The thing I like about Joe Burrow, I saw that the whole Kansas City game. He is not afraid to throw it over the top. He's not afraid to throw it over the top. If he sees single coverage, he doesn't care. He's going to throw it over the top. And I think Carr has a little bit of that too. I just think Joe Burrow, I think he throws a little better ball. He's got 34 touchdowns to 23 for Derek Carr. And I think Jamar Chase, shout out to Jamar Chase, 1,400 yards, 13 touchdowns as a rookie. I think he won Offensive Rookie of the Year. Shout out to Jamar Chase, Offensive Rookie of the Year. But Joe Mixon is a versatile back. He can run. He can catch out of the backfield. He's got 1,200 yards this year. I think he's able to change the game a little bit to give him a change of pace and add to the running game, but also he can also come out of the backfield, catch the ball a little bit. I don't know if Jacobs is that kind of running back. He's more of just a traditional running back. And I just think the way they played at the end of the year, the way they played the Chiefs at the end of the year, and even though they lost to the Browns, in that game, that last game. I think it was kind of an anomaly. I think they were kind of resting people. The Raiders weren't going to go anywhere. So I think they, it ran off the season. They beat the Broncos, they beat the Ravens, they beat the Chiefs. It was a close game with the Chiefs. I think that Burrow's going to come out and he's going to play well. I don't think he's going to go all the way. Whoever wins this, I think we'll lose in the next round. But I think
divisional round.
I think it's going to be, man. It's going to be like you said. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a 3-point game. But I'm going to go. The Bengals by 3. I'm going to go Bengals by 3. And I'm going to say something like, you know what? I'm going to say Bengals by 6.
Okay.
I'm going to say something, 30-24 Bengals.
All right.
Yeah. Yep. That's what I got. Let's see what happens. All right. Let us know what you think. Who you think is going to win this game? Tell us why you think who's going to win it and whatnot. Let us know in the comments. And then tonight we got the Patriots versus the Bills at the Bills. Like you said, you're up there close by, and it's freezing down there. -5. The Bills are -5. The Bills are favored by 5 points. What do you got here, Canteen? I know you were favoring the Patriots. You're going back and forth, but what do you got here?
Man, I'm always going with my gut, bro. You don't want to mess with Belichick, man. Belichick is a mastermind of the game, bro. Once they decided to match up the Bills, man, you got a guy like Belichick. His wheels have been spinning the entire time. So,
They go back to back. If I top
Mac
the top,
Jones
then the double back, and I'm topping
has had a
that.
pretty good year.
Yeah, I beat my own records. Yeah, I gotta get
4,000
money
yards,
fetish. Same team, I'm eccentric. Never dull, this electric. When them put
Right.
brakes on toes, me and bro, that's the giving. Stay 100,
Man,
so
Josh
it's on.
Allen is
Keep
a
them coming.
monster, man.
I know, I won't slow my wrist
over
on, dumb like that.
445 yards,
I
36
just wanna
touchdowns,
give
6
my mama
interceptions.
100 racks.
Singletary is a good
Go
running
hard,
back.
go
You got
home,
Gibbs.
go hard,
Man, at the end of the
go
day, man,
home, go
I like
hard,
Belichick and the pressure, man. So I'm gonna go 2 upsets tonight.
Okay,
So
2 upsets.
Patriots by 7.
Double upsets.
Patriots by 7 at Highmark for the upset. It's gonna be a lot of mad Bills fans tonight.
Okay, you get a score with that? Just Patriots by 7? Yeah.
Let's go 34-27. 34-27.
Whoa! It'll be a high scoring game in that cold.
Nah, let me backtrack, bro.
I was gonna say it's cold out there.
10-17.
17-10 Patriots. Okay, Patriots by 7. All right, I got you. I mean, I see what you're saying. I mean, Coach Belichick is a veteran coach. He's been there before. He's done that. We feel like I think he. You know what I'm saying? So, I can see that. He's still a rookie though. Josh Allen has turned it over a few times. He's got 15 interceptions. So, a lot of people were giving Patrick Mahomes a hard time for interceptions, but all these guys, I think they have more than him now. Most of these top guys. Yeah.
Josh Allen.
So you gotta give Josh Allen a little bit of for the 15 interceptions, but he's got 36 touchdowns, and I think that the key with Josh Allen, and I think he can run the ball. He's got like 750 yards rushing. I think he's the first player to go 4,000 yards rushing and 750. 4,000 passing and 750 rushing. So he might be the leading run. That's their downfall a little bit, that they don't have a strong running game. But Josh Allen can run the ball. You're not gonna have a lot of longevity with that. Eventually you're gonna get hit the wrong way and you're gonna get hurt. But right now he's young. He's got to be able to not run the ball. It's hard to be a quarterback in the NFL and run the ball as a quarterback. You can do it a little bit. You can't do it. We see Lamar Jackson's been hurt the past couple of years. Now that he's a strong runner. He's probably the best runner in the NFL, and he's been hurt now the last couple of years. And we see Kyler Murray, who's more of a runner, and he's been hurt the last couple of years, and he always gets dinged up. Cam Newton, he had that 1 year where he went to the Super Bowl, but after that, injuries started creeping in. I don't think that you have a lot of longevity with. Yeah, you don't have a lot of longevity running the ball as a quarterback. Just because of the injuries, you can get dinged up. Even yeah, I mean, you need to be more of a pocket passer. I think you can have a run element to your game, right?
Right.
But it can't be half
Can't
your
be the
game. It
majority of
can't
your
be
offensive play.
right. If you're running it close to 700-800 yards a year, I mean that's quite a bit. That's probably the most you want to run a year, maybe less. Like when Lamar had 1,000 yards, I mean that was too many. He can't sustain that. You know what I'm saying? Not in the NFL. I mean, he could, but I think his career would be shortened if he continues to run that much. But I just think the Bills, I think they have their number. They have the Patriots' number. I think the fact that Allen can run a little bit, I think he's going to play well. Stephon Diggs has had a pretty good year. I think the fact if this was a harsher wind, more the elements were more involved, where there was a lot of snow and I think you would have. I think Belichick, I'd give him the edge, kind of like last time when there was a lot of wind and snow last time. I
Yeah.
think just because it's cold there and it's not super windy, I think that I'm gonna have to go with the Bills. I almost have to always go with the better quarterback, and I think he's playing a lot better right now. I think this could get out of hand just a little bit. I think that the Patriots will keep it close in the end, but I'm going to go Bills by 10. I think the
Ooh.
Bills are going to put them away. It might be done early, but I think the Patriots will come back and get it within 10 points and make a little bit of a run towards the second half. But I have a
Okay.
feeling that this could be something like a 27-17 game. That's what I'm thinking. 27-17 game. All right. Let us know what you think about the Bills. The Pats visiting the Bills. Bills are 5-point favorites. Let us know what you think in the comments. Call in if you want to call in. We're taking calls right now if you want to call in. All right. So San Francisco, we'll just take them as they come. The next game up would be on Sunday. The Eagles
Sure.
at the Bucks. Eagles at the Bucks. The
Eight and
Bucks
a
are
half
eight
point
and a
favorite.
half point favorites. What do you got there?
Man, this is a tough one too, man. Whew.
Is it? I mean, the Bucks for the most of the year were the favorites.
I mean, the Bucks. I mean, man, when you look at numbers, Hurts and Brady. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Brady's thrown like double the touchdowns of Hurts. I mean, you got Brady over 5,000 yards, 43
Right.
touchdowns, 45 out of 719, 12 interceptions. Man, Hurts 3,000 yards, 265 out of 432, 16 TDs. Like I said, Brady doubled that,
Right.
interceptions. Man, you got Hurts and then you got Devontae Smith, two guys, well, one Alabama, one Oklahoma guy. The Tampa Bay, if they got all their other heavy hitters coming back, like Mike Nett, I think Godwin's gone for the year, and I think they just
I
signed
don't, I don't
another
know if
guy.
Fournette's coming back. Is he? Is Fournette going to be back?
I doubt it, but I think the Tampa just signed another receiver. I don't know this guy's name. They
Right.
just recently signed this kid.
Right.
Man, bro, I'm going with Tampa, man. Tampa 13-4 versus a 9-8 team, man. It's hard to beat Tampa in Tampa, bro, and it's hard
Okay.
to beat a well-versed Tom Brady alias. Tampa Bay's defense is kind of subpar, but I'll go Tampa by 7, man. Tampa by 7. I'll go 34-27 in that game. It ain't gonna even be cold. Not too cold, man.
34-7?
34-27.
Oh, 34-27.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
By 7. Okay.
by 7, man. Yeah.
Okay. I think I don't think, especially Fournette doesn't come back. I think Fournette is kind of a little bit of a cushion for
The run game.
for Brady.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he's playing. Let me see if we can find out if he's playing. Let's see what it says here. The latest stat there. Yeah, it still has him. Let's see. I don't think he's playing. Game time decision is what it looks like.
Yeah,
game time decision. He may or may not play. So he may not. If he's a game time decision, to me, he's not full strength. To me, that's what that says to me. So, oh man, don't they have like a lot of? They got a storm coming through there, don't they? Like a nor'easter or something.
I
They're
think
going to
so.
be kind of
Yeah.
windy, kind of
Yeah,
rainy.
yeah. Rainy and windy.
Rainy. Yeah, so I don't think you can be able to throw the ball, and that to me that benefits the Eagles. I think weather like that benefits the Eagles because they're a running team, and they've committed to the run now. You know what I'm saying? I think they either lead the league in rushing or they're pretty close. Hurts is the leading. He's got 784 yards. Speaking of
By itself.
rushing
Yeah.
quarterbacks, Hurts seems a little more durable, but at the same time, I don't think that's sustainable for the long term future. But right now, that's what they committed to. The coach there, what's his name, Sirianni, or what's his name? Anyway, their coach there, they've committed to the run. They say, hey, we're a running team. We're gonna this
Run
is
the
what we're
ball.
gonna do, and that's their identity now as an offense. I think that was smart by him. Hey, we're not gonna put Jalen Hurts in situations where he's got to throw the ball 30 times, 40 times. I think that's the key. Hey, you want to make a few throws. You want to use the run to help him with the pass. And I think with the weather over there, let me see if there's a weather report. Do you have a weather report? Can you look that up, Canteen? What's the weather report over there?
In
Look at the
Tampa?
weather report. But I'm thinking there's going to be a lot of rain there. So I don't know. I think that benefits the Bucks. I mean the Eagles. Man, I haven't gone for an upset yet.
Raymond James Stadium, man. Tomorrow it's going to be the lowest 56, the highest 68. Scattered thunderstorms, 80% chance of rain tomorrow.
80%. See, yeah, there's going to be a lot of rain. So throwing is not going to be as easy, with a wet ball. I mean, they'll still be able to throw some, but I'm just saying that's going to be tough if it rains the whole game. It's going to be wet. So, man, I think if it wasn't raining, I would definitely go Bucks, but I think because and Fournette's out, I think the AB factor is going to be a little bit. I mean, because AB was one of Tom Brady's favorite, targets, and in the
Yeah.
playoffs he helped him out. I know he missed one game, but he was a good target for him, and he was kind of a little, so they can focus now. I think, teams can focus on holding down Gronk, and I'm going to go with the Eagles here on an upset. This is my upset special, I think. I'm going to go Eagles by 3 in a close one, kind of a low-scoring game. I think there'll be a lot of field goals, close field goals. It's going to be hard to really, throw the ball. So I'm going to go something like let me see, 26-23 Eagles in an upset special here. I think the Eagles might upset them. Just because of the run game, because of the weather, I'm gonna go with the Eagles in an upset here. We'll see what happens. All right, let us know what you think. Who do you think is gonna win, the Eagles versus the Bucks? I think it's game either way. You have it by 7, I have it by 3. We'll see what happens. All right, tonight, Monday night. Oh no, Sunday night, the next game. You got your Steelers jersey on. Steelers at the Chiefs, 12.5-point favorites for the Chiefs, 12.5-point favorites. What do you got there, Kenton? That's a big line.
Ooh, boy, it's kind of rough, man. The reason I selected the Steelers, man, because they were big fans last week.
Another upset.
But I'm
another upset.
I want to wear the jersey, man. Listen.
Okay.
I mean, Roethlisberger out of 605, almost 4,000 yards, 22 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. But if you look at Mahomes, man, Mahomes is almost 5,000 yards, 436, 37 touchdowns, 13 interceptions.
And most of those interceptions came early in the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he has. I mean, man. So right now, the Steelers don't have Najee Harris. He's injured. So game time.
Is he gonna play? The game time decision.
Game time decision. Yeah.
Okay.
And I just saw they're gonna play Fournette at 4 o'clock.
Okay.
No, Fournette won't play.
So he's out for sure.
Oh.
So that even puts my point even more. I think without Fournette, you're gonna need a running game. But anyway, go ahead. So Steelers versus.
It's gonna be rough out there, Raymond.
It's gonna be cold in Kansas City too.
It's gonna be rough out there, Arrowhead, man. They got the home crowd.
Right. That's a tough home crowd too.
I'm gonna go Kansas City by 10, man.
Kansas City by 10.
Yeah, I go
Okay.
Kansas City 30,
I'm a
Pittsburgh
warrior.
20.
I go back to back. They go
30-20.
if I
Yeah.
top the top,
Okay.
then I double back and I'm topping that.
All right. I tend to agree with you.
Get money fetish. Same team mindset.
I think it might be pretty inspired. This feels to me a lot like the Bills Pats, where the Chiefs kind of get out in front, and then the Steelers try and come back a little bit, and make up some of those points at the end of the game. I feel like the Chiefs will be comfortably ahead, going into going in the second half. I just feel like the Steelers haven't been able to put a lot of offense. They run the ball. I think Roethlisberger is one of the lowest per pass plays. He's like one of the lowest averages. I think his passes average 3 or 4 yards downfield, and he throws it like 40 times a game, and yet he's got a low. He doesn't have a great per game average. I'm trying to see what his per game average is. I mean, he usually has like a 180, 200-yard game. I think he's averaging like 250, but yet he throws it, 40 times a game, 30, 40 times a game. So they've got a really, really short passing game. I don't think they've been able to put a lot of offense up, and I think I think they're going to put up a tough game. They're going to try and slow down the Chiefs, keep the score down. I think the Chiefs have kind of learned a little bit, this year, that they don't have to get the big play down the field. They've learned to be a little more patient, and I think that's helped them. Early in the year, they were struggling. They couldn't get those big plays downfield, and they've adjusted a little bit. So lately they've been willing to take, the small stuff. And I think that's what they're going to do. You run the ball and you do the small stuff, get those safeties to come down, get those linebackers to come down, and then you try and hit the over the top later on in the game. So I think that they're going to be comfortably ahead. I think it'll be somewhat of I kind of like your score there. I'm just to be different. I'm going to go 31-20 Chiefs, 11-point game. That's what I got right now. Let us know what you think. Who you think is going to win that Chiefs Steelers at the Chiefs? We'll probably do a show right before that game, pregame for that show.
Yes, sir.
We'll do all just in case we don't, but we're going to call these games right now. Let's just do the Cardinals at the Rams. Rams are 4-point favorites playing at home. What do you got there, Cardinals at the Rams?
Man. So I think you skipped over. So we'll come back to that one question you asked about.
If I top the
Who do I
top,
think
then I
has the
double
most
back and
pressure
I'm
on them
topping that.
to win a playoff game?
Right. Oh, yeah.
Man.
Yeah, we'll come back to that one. After this, we'll come back to that one.
Looking at numbers, man, Stafford looks hella good, man.
I missed my game. We'll go back to the Cowboys.
Almost 5,000.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
41 touchdowns. He's killing Kyler Murray, man. 5,000 yards, almost 41 touchdowns, 17 interceptions. Tony Michelle, almost 900 yards running. 900 yards on the ground, 4 touchdowns.
Touchdown like the end zone.
Cup.
This guy
Yeah.
1,000 yards.
That's crazy.
I like the Cardinals.
Huh?
But game because I think both teams lost on the road or something this year. Something happened where I think when the Rams went to the Cardinals, the Rams beat them there or something like that.
Yeah, well, I think the Cardinals only lost one road game this year. Maybe it's to the Rams, I don't know. But they've only lost one road game as far as I know.
But Matt Ryan has to win a playoff game. This game won a playoff game. He never won a playoff game.
I mean, to be honest, he was with the Detroit Lions. They never had a great team. Even though they had Megatron for a while, they've never had really a great team.
I'm going.
But you got to put some of that on Stafford too, though. I see that.
21-17. I'm going with the Rams at home, bro.
21-17 Rams. So Rams by 4.
Rams by 4.
Okay. Okay. I got you. I don't know why I skipped my game, the Cowboys game. All right, we'll do that one in a minute, and then we'll go back to that question. Let's see here. Yeah, this is. I think the Cardinals have played really well, and I don't necessarily trust Matt Stafford yet. I think he's going to make at least one interception that costs him. That's going to keep him in the game. I think this is going to probably be a close game. I'm going to say, what's the over on this one? 49 and a half. So they're saying 25-25. So fairly high scoring. I'm gonna go Cardinals here. Another upset. Cardinals. I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna go Cardinals. I think that Kyler Murray's gonna have a good game. He's healthy right now. I think they're gonna come up with a good game plan. It's hard to keep up. It's hard to simulate what Kyler Murray does in practice. You know what I'm saying? I know they played him twice already, so they have a little bit of a tape on him, but it's hard to simulate what he does, and they're gonna try. I think they're gonna do a little more plan. They haven't done a lot of planned Kyler Murray runs this year. That's the one thing they stayed away from. Even though he runs a little bit, they haven't done a lot of QB, like you call it a QB run. Where he runs the ball. They've done. He just scrambled, on most of his runs. I think they're gonna do a little more of that. I mean, hey, this is it. Playoffs all in. I think Kyler's going to run a little more and slow that defense down. A pass rush. He's going to have a little time back there. I'm going to say, I'm going to go 24-20 Cardinals. All right. So the last game I forgot to, because I think I skipped it. I don't know why. I wasn't intentional. But the Niners at the Cowboys. Cowboys are 3-point favorites. What do you got there, Canteen? Last game.
All right, man. So you guys haven't messed up in the playoffs since 1994, man, right?
Right. When Deion did pass interference against Michael Irvin. That's right. That was pass interference. Y'all know it was.
You guys have won 3 times since 2000 in the playoffs, and I think that if you guys win, you would tie 49 for the most playoff games wins at home, right? Come on. 22
Okay.
is like the tie, something like that, man. Man, this is probably going to be the toughest game out of all of them. 37 49ers, 12-5 Dallas, man. Looking at numbers, man, Prescott has done a phenomenal job. Elliott, CeeDee Lamb, Garoppolo's kind of subpar, done well, but I'm scared of Debo Samuel, man. So, grain on this one, bro.
I'm a warrior.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
49ers gonna come to y'all play.
Yeah, I gotta get money fetish.
Okay.
Team on centric.
I'm gonna
Never
go
dull this
49
electric.
about 4.
When them put the bricks on my toes, me and bro, that's the game.
49ers
Go
upset
stay 100
in
and zone.
AT&T Hall.
Keep them coming. I know. I don't slug my wrist, no, I'm not dumb like that.
What's the score?
Going 23-27, man.
23. So 27 Niners to 23 Cowboys. Oh, Canteen. I feel, when this first came up, a lot of people were talking about, oh, man, it's not a good draw. And some people, I still was thinking, oh, I don't like that. They can have a game. Maybe, it might be a tougher game. But when everybody started jumping on, hey, the 49ers are going to defeat the Cowboys, I'm like, come on. Too many people are jumping on that bandwagon. And when too many people jump on that, okay, people are just hating. I think people are just hating now. So I got a little bit of that going on, I think. Here's what I think. We did lose Gallup, but, Cedric Wilson has played well when the other Gallup was out. So we got 3 great receivers. And I think if we commit to the run between Elliott and Pollard took a week off. He's going to get back, hopefully, pretty much healthy. Pollard has probably one of the highest per run average in the NFL. So he's going to get you 5 to 7 yards every time he touches the ball. I just think if we commit to the run, let Elliott throw it around later and run to set up the pass for him. I think that's what we're going to do. We'll commit to that. If we commit to that. I think we're going to be good. I think the Cowboys, I think, 49ers want to keep a low scoring game. They want to keep it down. They don't want us to get out front. I think we might be able to jump out in front early, and then it's going to be hard for the Niners to catch up because, you know, Garoppolo, I know they came back from 17 their last game, but they're not. That's not their MO. That's not what they do well. So I don't think they're going to be able to come back once we get on top of them. I'm going to go, man. I'm going to go something like we're going to get on top of them. We're going to jump on them early. I'm going to go something like 34-24. They're not able to come back. They make a little run at the end, but 34-24 Cowboys win. Cowboys win. Go on to the next round.
Man, listen, man. I don't want to see you sad tomorrow and depressed and everything.
What?
I want to see you sad and depressed and all that.
I'm gonna be sad and depressed. I mean, hey, you would be sad and depressed if Georgia lost, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, we had a guy on we were doing the show. We had a guy who bet 3,000 on Georgia. I was like, you're crazy, and he gave the points. I was like, that's crazy. To him, his name is him on the. I don't know if that's his actual name, that was his call sign on the. We had a little radio, what's it called, clubhouse thing going. But anyway, during that game, yeah. You want to do a couple of these games or no? You do it during the Cowboy game.
They do the Cowboy game.
You want to do clubhouse during the Cowboy game? I don't know. We'll see. All right, so that's it. Let us know what you think about these games. Who's going to win? Let's see. We have one question. Who is under the most pressure here? And as we're talking about the games, who is under the most pressure? You could either pick a player or a coach. Who is under the most pressure here in the playoffs? You got to answer this.
Like I told you, 5,000 yards, 41 touchdowns, 17 interceptions, power rating 102. For me, it's Matt Stafford, man. Matt Stafford needs to win a playoff game to be a viable quarterback. Man. Great quarterback. I think it's a great quarterback. But he has to get over the hump, be able to beat the Cardinals in the playoffs.
Right. That he's under the most pressure. He needs to win. Like if he don't win, it's bad for him. Okay.
It's bad.
Yeah. I got you. You know what? I went back and forth. I was thinking possibly Josh Allen because he needs to win too. He goes out in the first round, but I just don't think he's going to struggle that much. I think Matt Stafford, since he has not won a game, I mean, we got a lot of quarterbacks this year who have not won a game in the playoffs yet. Kyler Murray, Burrow, a lot of Jalen Hurts, Mac Jones, who was the Raiders quarterback, Carr. So a lot of quarterbacks that have not won a playoff game. But when we're talking about Matthew Stafford, he's 34 years old. He's been in the league over 10 years. And he has yet to win a playoff game. So a lot of that, I think the pressure is on him. I think from the public at large, as well as from himself and possibly from the team because they went all in with Matt Stafford. They went all in. And I think that's why I think he's going to mess up and throw an interception. He's under a lot of pressure, I think, to win this game. I think if he wins this game, if he's able to get through and win this game, even if he makes a mistake, I think that relieves a lot of pressure off him, and I think he'll play more relaxed. And they'll be a more dangerous team if they get out of the first round. I think they'll be more dangerous. I think getting that first win for him is going to be key for the rest of the playoffs for the Rams. Because if they lose this game, I mean, everybody's going to come down on Stafford. You see, it wasn't the Lions. It was Stafford. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if he wins this game, he can say, "Hey, see, it wasn't just me. It wasn't all me. It was the organization. It was the team they put around me." And so if he wins this game, I think that relieves a lot of pressure from the Rams. So I think he is probably the one who is under the most pressure in these playoffs because he needs this win desperately to kind of validate himself as one of the great quarterbacks. Even though he has the numbers. We talked about it last time. He was the fastest to 50,000 or something. Matt Stafford. I'm like, how is that even possible? I would never put his name in there as the fastest to
Yeah.
50,000. So it's one of those things where he's going to be under tremendous pressure, and I think that's why I think the Cardinals may pull it out because I think he may make a key mistake. All right, let us know what you think. Who's under the most pressure in these playoffs? That's it, man. What are you thinking? Any final words for the playoffs? Playoffs.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna be honest, man. Listen, either win or go home. And so for me, man,
go hard or go home, baby.
You gotta come out playing consistent football. To me, I think it's harder for a team if you're losing at halftime to come back. It's gonna be hard, man. You gotta play consistent football the duration of the game. Like I said, back, man, Cincinnati going home and the Bills going home. We'll see, bro. I'm ready.
Okay, we'll see what happens. All right. Well, thanks for joining the show. We appreciate you. Like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. It's the playoff time, man. This is it. You go home. This is it. If you win, you get to stay in. If you don't, you get to go home. And I think I know a lot of the Cowboy haters out there wanting us to lose. Canteen showing his little bit of Cowboy hate going for the Niners there in that game. Shannon Sharp showing his hate. All these haters hating on the Cowboys, wanting them to lose.
It ain't hate, man. Listen.
It's hate, brother.
1996 has been a long time for y'all. 1996?
For what?
96. Come on, man.
Well, since we've been a game, but we won a playoff game. It's not like we haven't won any playoffs. So that year, Des Bryant, I think it's 2016, where he caught the ball.
Green Bay.
Yep, that's when we should have gone to the Super Bowl that year. We should have gone to that Super Bowl. We would have beat y'all. But anyway, yeah, the catch, no catch from Des Bryant, but it was still a catch. So, but let me tell you what, we're going to win this game, and we're going to win the next game. We may not win the NFC Championship. That's my prediction. My prediction is right on line. 12-5, NFC Championship. Hey, if we go past that, I'm okay with it. But that's what I got right now. I think the boys are going to show up. I think because these guys play better when they're underdogs, in my opinion. I think they play better, and even though they're favorites, most of the media, a lot of people are picking them to lose. So I think that's good. That's what's going to be the key here, is that people are picking them to lose, and I don't think they're going to lose. I think they're going to come out, they're going to play strong, and they're going to win.
What if y'all lose?
All right.
I don't want to hear no excuse if y'all lose.
Hey, if we lose, we lose. Hey, there's probably some bad calls. Whatever happens, happens. I'm going to call it out. I don't care. I'm going to say if it's the refs, I'm going to say it's the refs. If somebody got hurt, I'm going to say somebody got hurt. But if we lose, we lose. What are you going to do? But hey, it is what it is. I think we're going to play well. I think we got enough firepower that the 49ers cannot keep up with us. They will not be able to keep up with us. And that's what it is.
All right, bro.
That is what it is. We'll see you next time. Episode 37. That wraps it up for us. Thank you for doing all that good stuff. Make sure you share this and like, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff, man. See you next time. Let's flow. Canteen Show, the People's Show.
The underdog.
Let's do it. Playoffs time. Yeah, let's go. Hey, go Mahomes and the Chiefs also. From Lubbock, Texas Tech. All right. See you next time, everybody. Appreciate you.